Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be continuing on with our SwiftUI tutorial series, and in this particular tutorial we are going to be taking a look at the multi-line text alignment modifier in SwiftUI on SwiftUI's text view. So first things first, what is a modifier? Well, a modifier is something in SwiftUI that can be used to apply different styling and change the appearance of things, all kinds of stuff you can do with modifiers. I highly recommend that you go to Apple's developer documentation and read up about modifiers. Because you will be using them a lot. Okay, you'll be using them a lot in SwiftUI and in this series. Later on, towards the end of the series, we're going to actually be talking about how we can create our own custom modifiers. So make sure you stay tuned through the entire series for that. But let's get started by talking about what exactly the multi-line text alignment modifier does. Well, it's exactly what the modifier, what the name of the modifier says it does. It aligns multi-line text. So you can have it aligned to the leading edge or the trailing edge, stuff like that. Now, how do we apply this? Well, in Xcode, we have a text view with a very long string of text. In the simulator, you can see that being displayed on screen. By default, text is center aligned, but maybe you don't want it to be that way. Like, let's say you have a terms of service screen and you want to display the terms of service for your app. Well, you don't want that to be center aligned. You want that to be aligned to, say, the leading edge. So you would use the multi-line text alignment modifier to fix that issue. Let's go into Xcode and apply this modifier. All right. Now, go ahead and at the end of your text view, the closing parenthesis, go to a new line, and then do a dot. We call modifiers like you would a method or a function, because that's pretty much what they are. They're just methods. They're just functions that do something and return something new. So in this case, we want to use the multi-line text alignment. Okay. Now, inside of the parentheses here, we need to tell it what kind of alignment we want. So inside of here, we can do another dot, and Xcode will come up with some options. We can do leading. We can do center, which is what it is by default. We can align our text on the trailing edge. And we can do all cases. Now, of course, all cases isn't something you're actually going to want to do practically. Let's go ahead and take a look at leading first. If we save this and we run our code, go ahead and replace the currently running app in the simulator. And there we go. Inside of our simulator now, you can see the text is now aligned on the leading edge. Similar to how you would find it in a book or something. All right. What about trailing? Go ahead and save that, run it, replace. And now, inside of our simulator, you can see our text is now aligned along the trailing edge. But if you're new to SwiftUI or app development in general, even user interface concepts, you might be wondering, well, why are they called leading and trailing and not left and right? Well, that's because in different languages, text and other user interface components are usually aligned based on the reading direction of that language. So, for example, in English, we read everything from left to right. But in languages like Arabic, they read their text from right to left. So, leading and trailing mean two entirely different things based on what kind of locale, what kind of language you're using. So leading in English is on the left, but when we're dealing with something like Arabic, the leading edge is on the right side, and trailing is on the left, whereas trailing in English is on the right. So just a little bit of a user interface tidbit there that you're going to need to understand as we go forward. All right. So really, that's about it for the multi-line text alignment modifier for the text view. It's actually really simple to use. I urge you to kind of experiment with longer and shorter bits of text so you can kind of get an idea of what you're dealing with here. So thank you all so very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.